Peri
Perfect.
Higgins, co-founder, More Love.
Mike Podlogar, co-founder, More Love.
All right. Excellent. Mike and Perry, I'm going to start off with just going back to what is it that you do at More Love, and what is the product? What is the product? What are you making?
So we make a hemp-derived sparkling beverage, and the goal of it is to create a product that can substitute for alcohol, one that people can drink and relax and socialize and feel good in the process.
Perfect. Mike, walk us through the recipes a little bit. What are the 3 different flavors that you have, and then kind of how did you guys come about with those recipes?
Yeah, so we went with what we call sunberry, which is not a real berry. We invented that. It's a really great combination of aronia berry, which I'm excited to use. It's got tons of antioxidants, very healthy, very tasty. And then cranberry, as well as mango. That's the sun portion of it. So it kind of balances out, give it a little tropical feel. Then we did an orange tide, which is a THC version of an orange crush, essentially. Nice, easy, accessible, great flavor. Nice and bright. And then thirdly is probably my favorite, and I know it's Perry's favorite. It's the Pineapple Colada, which is a burst of really fresh, great pineapple with just a hint of coconut. And these are all obviously inspired by cocktail culture, right? And alcohol beverages. But the goal is to have an alternative to alcohol that tastes great. You look forward to drinking it. It goes good with meals. And you don't wake up hungover.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about the name. Kind of where did the name come from, and how'd you guys land on that?
Yeah, so the name is interesting, More Love. We wanted something that made people feel warm, made people realize that having more love has many benefits. More love, less stress. More love, more fun. And it came from a brainstorming session that I had with a girlfriend. We talked about the idea of one love and Bob Marley's saying and song, and came up with more love in the process. It's really part of our ethos also.
Awesome. Sometimes when those creative sessions come, it's like the content. Was it for this business, or was it one of those creative sessions where you're like, one day I want to have this, or was it specifically in the context of this?
It was specifically
Awesome.
In the context of
Nice.
this beverage, yes.
How about, let's go, Perry, for you, a little bit of about your story. Before, More Love, what were you doing in life in the world, and kind of what led you to kind of meeting and starting this venture?
Yeah. Well, I guess going way back, I have always been entrepreneurial as a child, and I've done a lot of things in my career: investment banking, venture capital, and then finally entrepreneurship. And, entrepreneurship led me to cannabis, and to a potential opportunity in New Jersey. A friend introduced me to Mike, and at that point in time, his employers. And years later, here we are, 2 years later.
Yeah.
And we came together with Mike's skill on the operational side, on the ready-to-drink beverage side, and my skill in finance and strategy and creation to come up with the concept of More Love.
Excellent. How about yourself, Mike?
Well, I'm a recovering bartender. Had a lot of fun with that. Really loved connecting with people and talking about different flavor profiles. And, that's that's absolutely what led me to co-packing at Border Spirits Distillery. Worked there for 5 years, built up a nice co-packing situation. Love working B2B, helping other people, other entrepreneurs make money and grow brands, and most importantly, get good tasting products out there. And then, but I always had my eyes on THC. That's always been what I was more interested in for my body and for my lifestyle, and really just excited about bringing a social beverage that allows people to come together and feel good without destroying your body.
Talk to me a little bit about the THC products versus the alcohol, where you kind of a little bit exposed across the country, where you can sell direct to consumers in more than just the Pennsylvania area. So kind of talk about that model and how you guys think that reach and that brand awareness will help expand you.
Right. So the beauty of these beverages is that they can be sold nationwide. Hemp is federally legal, so that will enable us to sell in 28 markets around the country, direct to consumer. And that's a really interesting model for us. Any individual who lives in one of those 28 states can go onto our website, can place an order, and we can ship directly to that consumer. So that really opens up a large part of the country for More Love to get into people's fridges.
And let's talk a little bit about the domestic, or like specifically here in the Pennsylvania. We're not traditional like a lot of other THC brands where they go with a liquor distributor and alcohol distributor. So we essentially have to build the network from scratch. So let's talk a little bit about kind of like I guess honestly the excitement of building something from scratch. Like, so the past year you guys have been a part of it in different aspects and things like that, but now we're really rolling out. What has it been like, the stress and the positive and negative of building an entire distribution network in Pennsylvania with last mile delivery and going a non-traditional route?
Yeah, everyone keeps throwing around Wild West. It's definitely, accurate for Pennsylvania. And it's been really exciting to be on the ground up working with different people, who have been essentially coming together to create something brand new. And, we're not trying to skirt around laws or anything. In fact, quite the opposite. There's different groups going to Harrisburg, demanding that we get some sort of tangible regulation, for a federally legal product so we can, be on the up and up and continue forward with this as professionals. And it's really exciting to see national distributors starting to take this on and starting to see the future.
Perfect. How about for each of you, put yourselves in, you just graduated high school. All right. So you're 18, 19, 17 years old, depending upon where you land. Did you ever envision yourself sitting inside of a facility like this, running your own business and creating a whole new market and a whole new economy within Pennsylvania?
I bet Mike probably saw himself sitting in a facility like this, but for me, no. I've been a part of many entrepreneurial ventures in my career, but this is the first product I've ever made. And this is the first business that I felt really, really excited about. It allows me to use so many of my skills and to learn in the process. It takes a lot of creativity to navigate these spaces. You asked about Pennsylvania and it being such a new market. We have to think creatively about how can we get our product into people's hands to taste, to see how good it is, to realize how beneficial it can be as a substitute for alcohol or just a nice addition to their daily life. So I never saw myself here, but I'm really happy to be here. And, I tell Mike all the time, this is really cool. I'm having such a good time.
It is so fun. And, before I'm a recovering bartender, like I said, but before that, I still am a recovering organic farmer. I always wanted to do something that would be a net positive to the world and help move the needle towards something better. Organic farming is so difficult. It was really hard. And, but after that, I was just so grateful to be under the wing of, the different guys working in the alcohol industry, in the distillery world, and just getting that sense of business acumen. And then obviously Peri brings a lot of that too. So I'm just really excited to be someone that brings people together and to raise the bar for everyone.
How about, I ask this of a lot of people. It's like, I don't want to gloss anything over as everything's easy and squeaky clean, but like any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs or people looking at entering the beverage market or anything like that you might have?
Be professional, be timely in your responses, treat everyone with respect, and try to help everyone, and it's going to come back.